Hello, and thank you for joining me today. I will be presenting assignment number 2 for course BDAT1007 Social Data Mining Techniques. The topic is real-time data collection from social media platforms and the tool and techniques required to accomplish this. A little about myself. My name is David Masholi, and I am currently enrolled in the Big Data Analytics Certificate Program at Georgian College. I completed my undergrad at the University of Toronto, acquiring a Bachelor of Science degree, specializing in actuarial science and majoring in economics. I will be discussing the tools and techniques required for real-time data collection, going over the model used to fit the data collection and the cloud database that will store the data. I will also explain the one-to-many relationship in the data model. Then I will showcase a web application and perform a live demonstration of its capabilities. You can watch this presentation by pressing Ctrl and click on the red play button at the bottom right-hand corner of this slide. For this assignment, I had to choose two social media platforms. The first one is Twitter, and the second one is Instagram. These are the tools I used for the assignment. C# was a programming language of choice. TweetEnvy and Instagram API Sharp as C#.NET Core library packages, and Visual Studio as the integrated development environment. Azure SQL Server was used as a cloud database to store the data, and SQL Server Management Studio was used as the main interface tool for SQL Server. ASP.NET Core 5 was a platform to build a web application in conjunction with Entity Framework as a tool for dataset object relational mapping. Real-time acquisition of feeds for Twitter was achieved via the Twitter service class. This is also where Twitter is accessed and messages or tweets are then posted to Twitter. This is all achieved using the third-party library TweetEnvy, which basically is a method to connect to Twitter APIs. It wraps to Twitter APIs in a simplified way. The Twitter controller class is used to store tweets in the database if they are not stored in there already. This is achieved by retrieving from Twitter the user's timeline from the last ID stored in the database. The Twitter controller checks every tweet before inserting them to the database, referencing the ID field to see if it's already there. Real-time acquisition of feeds for Instagram was achieved via the Instagram service class. This is also where Instagram is accessed and messages are posted to Instagram. This is all achieved using the third-party library Instagram API Sharp, which connects to the Instagram APIs. The Instagram controller class is used to store Instagram messages in the database. It retrieves the last 5 pages of posts and stores the ones that are not already there. The duplication control is achieved by checking every post individually using the ID provided by Instagram and referencing the provider ID field in the database to see if we already inserted the post. App setting is the configuration file. This is where we fit the settings for the project. Here you will find the credentials for authorization for Twitter and Instagram, as well as a connection string for the SQL Server database. The data model consists of 2 tables. The first table is called Feed Providers and consists of only 2 fields. The first one is ID, which is a unique identifier and primary key. The second one is Name and consists of the names of the social media platforms that we are storing data from. In this case, we will only have 2 options, Twitter or Instagram, which is why the ID field would also have only 2 outcomes, one for Twitter and 2 for Instagram. The second table is called Feeds, and this is where the posts are stored. It consists the field ID, which is a unique identifier for every entry in this table, and is the primary key. Provider ID, which is a unique ID created by the social media platform itself for every post submitted on the platform. Title is the caption posted alongside the image in Instagram. Full text is the posted Twitter message. Image URL is the link to the Instagram image. Created date is the date that the post was submitted to Twitter or Instagram. Author is the social media account holder who posted. And feed provider ID links to the previous table. It will have only 2 values, either 1 for Twitter or 2 for Instagram. because of the link, this is the foreign key. So setting up the data model, this way you can see the one-to-many relationship between the two tables. One-to-many is achieved by using the parent table feed providers, storing our feed provider, Twitter or Instagram. And the child table feeds to store feeds from every provider we have now and more in the future if we want to add to it. The relation is one provider to many feeds, using the foreign key feed provider's ID in the feeds table to link every feed to its provider. SQL Server was chosen as the database and was managed through the SSMS interface. Here you can see the feed providers table, which consists of only two fields, ID and name, and two instances, Twitter and Instagram. More instances with unique IDs can be added if a decision is made to store posts from more social media platforms. Here is the feeds table, which consists of posts from the Twitter and Instagram accounts. Duplication is controlled via the provider ID field, where every new entry is checked to see if we already entered the post in the database, using the unique ID provided by Twitter or Instagram for every record. So if there is a match, the post will not be entered again in the database. This is the home page of the web application. Here you can see you have the option to post on Twitter or Instagram. To post on Instagram, you must provide a caption and provide an image path for the picture you want to post. Twitter only requires a caption. Once you post, a list of the most recent posts, including your new one, will be displayed. A list of your most recent posts can also be displayed at any time using the field List Twitter Post or List Instagram Post on the top ribbon of the page. Also from here, you can click on the link, which will take you to your social media account. Once on your social media account, you can see the post that you just added. Now let's go to a live demonstration. So here is my C# code in Visual Studio, and I will run this code and see what happens. So this is the front page of my web application on the local host. And here you can see we have fields for caption and image. Captions used for Twitter or Instagram, and image is just used for the Instagram. And this is where you post. And also you can also list the most recent Twitter post and the most recent Instagram posts. So if we click on here, you can see the last 10 entries. And the last one was a quote from Bob Dylan. And we could also go to the Twitter account through that link. And you can see here that the last one was 22 minutes ago, and that's the Bob Dylan account, Bob Dylan quote. If we go back to social media, let's try entering a Twitter post. So I'll put another quote, this one from Oprah Winfrey. I'll go post Twitter. Now you can see that it's been updated, and now the most recent post is the Oprah Winfrey post that we just entered. And if we go to the Twitter account, you can see it here. It happened just 17 seconds ago, the Oprah Winfrey account. Now let's go back to here and let's do the same thing for Instagram. If we see what the most current list is, this gives the most current listings, the ones that were most recently posted. And the last one here was Christmas Kyle. And let's see that in Instagram. You can see here it is. So now let's put in a picture. Put in a caption. And let's see what happens. Post Instagram. And there it is. There's the new post that's just been added. Picture of the praying mantis. Now if you go to Instagram, my account, and you can see there's the new post. Now let's go and check on the database. So this is the database. Right here you can see SQL Server. We called it social media. If you want to see the diagram, there's the one-to-many relationship. Here's the feed providers table, which has only Twitter and Instagram, and the feeds table, which is all entries from Instagram and Twitter. So let's just see if the new entries are in there. I'm going to do a new query. I'm going to do one by one, Instagram and Twitter. So if we do a query of Instagram in descending order, so you can see here that our entry that was just the most recent one of Oprah Winfrey is in the top, and that was ID number 20. So that was the most recent one I just posted for Twitter. Now let's look at Instagram dataset, and here I just changed the feed provider ID to 2. Let's execute that. And here's the newly updated table with praying mantis Instagram post that I just posted. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching.